Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel where you find weekly workout routines focusing on functional body weight exercises with minimal to no equipment. If you are just recovering from an injury or you want to get started working out or want to know how you can build a whole workout around a TheraBand, this is the channel for you. So don't forget to subscribe and like our videos, and then I will see you in the warm-up. So today's workout is going to be built around a foam roller. So it doesn't matter if you have a short foam roller like I have, or you have one of these long Pilates ones. Just go grab it and then we will meet for the warm-up. So the warm-up with our roller. Take your roller and put it in front of you on the floor. We are going to roll from head to toes, starting with the feet. Every body part is supposed to kind of be rolled 5 times. You always want to look for painful areas or sensitive areas and then roll these areas a little bit longer. And I'm not talking here about kind of putting real pain. You just want to give your body time to work on these problem areas. So if you find a sensitive area, then really stay there a little bit, but adjust the pressure you put with the roller, so that it is not a big torture chamber here, but so that you give your tissue time to heal and time to relax also. So I have done my feet here already, and then you sit on the roller and you roll 5 times the glutes. So you shift your weight from one side to the other and try to really roll over the whole area of the gluteus, and finding usually there are like knots in the muscle tissue. So you're trying to find those and try to kind of work them out a bit. Then I move from here to the hamstrings. So again, we stay with 5 times each side. So you can either do this like I do here with straight arms, or you can do it with your elbows bent and you are a little bit lower. It means it's a little bit less pressure on your hands. Don't give up also if you have the feeling, oh god, this is like so complicated here. You will feel the more often you do this with the rolling, the faster you get and the more efficient you get. So really, if it doesn't work for the first time, no big deal, no problem. You're just going to do it again and again and again, and then at some point you will actually really enjoy it, because this rolling is really not only good for you, but also feels as it really helps you with the recovery and really feels good. And you will also be, like I said in the beginning, much more efficient. So it's like tuck, 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 and everything is rolled. So here we go now to the calf muscle. So you put one leg, or you can put both legs here, but then you have quite a lot of pressure on the arms. And you want to rotate your foot also a bit out and in to get the different areas of the muscle. So like the more inner side parts and the more outer parts. 5 times up and down all the way to the knee, and then we come to the little bit side. This is the outside, the IT band here. So you want to turn on your side, you are on your elbow, then you cross one leg over the other and you roll up and down from the whole IT band. So going up and down from the hip all the way down to the knee, trying to reach all the different areas. Again, make sure you put quite a lot of pressure onto your hands so that your IT band there on the side is not suffering too much. Yeah, because this is really quite tight, especially if you just start rolling. So then be a little bit gentle with yourself. You don't have to solve all the problems with the first time you are rolling here. So roll front and back, and you can also feel that this is already a nice warm-up for your arms and upper body, because the hands have to hold you all the time while you work on your legs. So now here we go for the front of the legs. So you can also do one leg or both legs at the same time. When you do both legs, the pressure is a little bit better. So for the beginning, I would say this is the better option. You roll all the way from the hip to the kneecap, and usually the muscle around, like exactly before the kneecap, is the tightest. So be a bit careful there. Then we come for the best part, and this is the back. We start with the lower back, so you just roll on the area where you have the sacrum. So this is like the bony structure there. And roll again 5 times up, 5 times down. Then you move a little bit down towards the end of the mat and you roll the middle part of your spine. And then we move again a little bit more down and we roll the shoulders, and you can put here your hands behind your head to support your head. And yeah, I tell you, this feels so, so, so nice. I could have stayed here like 10 minutes and your spine might click and cluck there a bit. When you are done, just lie on your back, take the roller between your knees and go with your knees all the way right and left down. And keep the opposite shoulder always on the ground. Like this, you mobilize your thoracic spine. So when I go with my knees to the left, my right shoulder, I make sure it stays on the ground. And when I go with my knees to the right, the opposite shoulder then stays on the ground, so that I get some nice activation of the thoracic spine. Be careful when you do this movement to really do it with something between your knees that you can squeeze in order to fix the lower back so you don't have any rotation from there. Then you come back and up and go from here for a few movements with the roller itself. So you stretch your hands all the way to the front and your hip comes back. Your knees are tiny, tiny little bit bent. Make sure your back also stays straight. And you really stretch your spine out as if you maybe have a T-Rex and you would push it to the front and make your spine there straight and come all the way front. Then opposite movement, you go with your arms all the way behind your back. Keep holding the roller so that the space between your arms is a bit limited, and lift all the way up and down to give your shoulders a chance to warm up, and also move a bit with your upper body to just bend and stretch a little bit. And then we go and we just give the roller around right and left. So you want to kind of circle it around your upper body and also swing it a little bit front and back. So my whole back here is moving. I try to make this passing of the roller a bit forceful. So I'm using the momentum here and go right and left. And then, of course, we have to do it. It's in most of our workouts here. We just do 8s around the legs. So the legs come up and the roller goes underneath. So you just want to be a bit creative here. Stretching then all the way right and all the way left, going with your roller away from you so that you will move the sides as much as possible, lifting your foot up. And then we just play a little bit football and you kick the roller right and left and try to switch your feet here. You can get also a bit more, you can use a bit more space if you want. So just kick the roller right, kick the roller left to make this whole thing a bit more challenging here. Otherwise, just kick it right, kick it left, and then we are done with our warm-up and we move on to our circuit. This is going to work today. We are going to be 2 people, so my dad is going to show more advanced variations of the exercise, and I'm going to show an easier version. You can pick your variation. And then we are going to show a short demonstration. We have 45 seconds for each exercise and then 15-second break, and the movement is going to be repeated. So our first movement here is the bridge roller. So you lie on your back, you put your feet on the roller, and either you keep your hands on the floor and you come with your hip up and down, or you stretch your hands up to the ceiling. When you want to make it even more difficult, you lift one leg up, or you just keep going up and down and maybe don't put the hip on the ground in between each repetition. So this is the demonstration of this movement. You just follow along here, you pick your variation, and then we go. So bridge roll variation, here we come. So, also pick your variation, putting the feet on the roller and then either putting the hands up to the ceiling or maybe only putting one leg onto the roller and then just go up and down. You have 45 seconds, as I said before, then we are going to do a 15-second break and then you do the movement again. If you want to lift one leg up, then I would suggest that after the 15-second break, you change legs or you keep changing the legs in between the exercises. So this is a little bit up to you, but moving one leg up and down only without changing tires the leg a bit more out. Or you just keep both feet on the roller and go up and down. And then here we are for the last 5 seconds. And then come back. So you know now what we do. So 15-second rest and then the whole thing again. So maybe you tried first the easier variation, so you want to try now a little bit more difficult and just try to make one leg light and give it a go and a little bit more break, and then we go for the second time of this movement. And up comes our first 20-second break. So catch your breath and then get ready for the next movement. We are going to show this here. So the next one is basically just stepping over the roller. My dad is showing a very quick step with a tap in between, and I just step slowly. Yeah, that's basically it. So again, standing, get your roller ready, and then we go. So as fast as you can, stepping over the roller, either with the tap in between or really flying feet. So as quickly as you can, just make sure. No, I mean these are rollers, so just make sure that you don't step on it by accident, because then it gets a little bit yeah, problematic because the roller starts moving. But otherwise, your arms should be going front and back, not crossing in the front, but front and back. Your shoulders are down and you want to be really focused. Remember, the floor is lava. So here you really want to have the contact with the ground as short as possible, and you want to manage to get as many repetitions as possible into this movement. Little bit longer, go, go, go. Maybe you can manage 2 more and take a 15-second break before we go all over again. So put your roller maybe back in place, maybe it has rolled away, and then go focus again, and then we go for exactly the same thing again. So 3, 2, 1, and go. And then you have 20 seconds rest. In these 20 seconds, we are going to show you the next movement, which is basically pressing the roller. So you are standing straight, and on different levels, you are just going to squeeze the roller as tight as you can. So you can, depending on how high you can lift your arms, you lift your arms up, or you can push behind your back, or you can lift it up above your head. This is up to you. So now get ready for the next exercise, and which is pressing the roller, obviously. And then 3, 2, 1, and go. So roller comes to the front, and then you start pushing as much as you can. You hold for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then go again and again. Different levels activate different parts of the muscle. So also in the back, maybe there your arms are not as strong, but really try. Don't have too long breaks in between. Really go from one level to the other. And as you lift the roller, make sure you are not leaning back. So try to keep your weight in the center. If this feels difficult, then just get the one foot to the front and have one foot in the back, so that your weight can be balanced on the front leg. And otherwise, keep squeezing the roller as much as you can for the last 5 seconds. And let's go one more time to the back, and then we are here at your 15-second break. So, and then we will be doing exactly the same thing again, but we do not have to do these movements again. So we just move from one to the next, and but we are done then with one movement. So, getting ready, and off you go. And well-deserved 20-second break here. Our next movement is going to be a little bit more fun. So we are going to basically throw the roller up into the air. So again, I'm showing just the normal throwing while my dad is throwing the roller to the front and catching it, and then throwing it a little bit to the back and catching it. So he always has to kind of run after the roller. So maybe start with on the spot and then try to add small steps into it. So getting ready, and then here is the clock, and then you go. So throwing the roller up and down, make sure that you adjust the roller to the height of your room and also to the space that you have available. And start with small steps, and then make more and more steps with catching it front and back. The more you throw it, it doesn't matter, by the way, if the roller falls down. So the more you throw it, the more challenging this is this for your nervous system. I am putting here in also a little squat to activate the legs also a bit. And otherwise, just keep going front and back as quickly as you can, forward and backwards as much as possible. And we have only few seconds left. And try to go for like 2 more times, catching up and down, and then take a break, 15 seconds break, and then the whole thing starts again. So be brave here. No, try to throw the roller maybe now a bit higher as you did before, or try to throw it a bit further as you did before, and then off you go. And as our next movement, we are going to have our hands on the roller. So in comparison to before where we had the feet on the roller, we are now going to put the hands. So again, my dad is showing the little bit more difficult variation, or quite a bit difficult variation, with lifting the hands, while I either am on my knees and lift my hands up and down the roller, or have always one hand on the roller and go then up and down. So, and then we go, get 5 seconds, pick your variation, and then we go. So hands forward, hands onto the roller, and then feet go either back, or you bring your feet, your knees up, and then put just one hand on the roller and try to be with the other hand down on the ground, or lift your hand up. The only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be lifting and dropping your hip down. So you want to keep your hip on in one long straight line with the rest of your upper body. And you can also just have the roller lying in front of you and tap it slightly. So like this, you are always kind of safe to have the roller on, to not be kind of rolling around with the roller. So just tap it and you still have the activation of the one hand plank. So bit more, 5 more seconds to go, and then take a break, 15 seconds break, and then we do the same movement again. So either both hands on the roller, lifting one hand front and up, both hands on the floor, tapping the roller slightly, or one hand on the floor and the other hand goes on the roller. And go. Okay, so 20-second break. We are going to show you the new movement in the 20-second break. So this is our airplane. Yes, we cannot go without. So either you stretch the roller all the way to the front and squeeze it, or you let the roller just come down in front of your feet. All the way, you want to make sure that your hip and your upper body are in one long straight line. So make sure you turn the leg that you stretch to the back a little bit inside, in order to prevent your hip from going right and left out. Alternate your feet with each movement. So, and then let's get ready and go. So, one, either the hands go to the front or the hands go all the way front and down. Your foot is rotating inside the one that is lifting, because then you feel you cannot lift your hip as much, but you know that your hip stays down and you are not having too much rotation from the lower back. Stretch your hands to the front or down, come front and down, and alternate your feet each step in order to make sure that both legs are working. Or if you want to work only one leg, then you change in the next round. Otherwise, keep going. And this is not a quick movement. This is not a fast movement. This is a movement that trains the balance and makes you, it's a unilateral movement, so it strengthens one leg only. Very important, because otherwise we do mainly movements that involve both legs. So here we are for our last exercise or last seconds. Then we take a 15-second break, and then we do exactly the same thing again. So if you were working one leg before, then now it's time to change, or you just focus on an even nicer plank here, or a nicer plane, and go. Okay, and we are coming towards the end with this workout. The next one is tapping the roller. Again, we are going to show this here shortly. So either you have the roller on the floor and you tap it quickly, or as I have it here, I have it a little bit higher and I just tap it with my feet. So when you tap it, when you have the roller lying on the floor and you tap it, really, really make sure that you only tap it slightly, because otherwise, again, the roller is a roller and will always be a roller and will start rolling around. So, and then, so whatever variation you chose, give it your best and start tapping on the roller. I mean, it doesn't matter if the roller rolls, just you have to kind of be ready to expect a little bit of movement there. Also, when you have the roller standing and you tap it on the top, also here you touch it only lightly, because otherwise it will fall down, and then, yeah, we have again a slight problem. So when you tap the roller, try to come with your opposite hand always to the front, so that you have a little bit of movement like you are running. And again, the last 5 seconds. And then we are at the end. You have a 15-second break, and then we go tap again. So if you want to try now the other variation, so if you had the roller on the floor lying, then maybe you go for a high tap, or you just try to do the tapping even faster, because you know this movement is not going to come again, and go. Okay, I'll take your well-deserved 20-second break, and we are going to show you in the meantime your next movement. For the next movement, we are going to lift the roller a little bit into the air, opposite knee to opposite side. So either you take both hands on the roller or just one arm. Your upper body stays straight in the front, and you want to mobilize your shoulders here as much as possible. Of course, when you have both hands on the roller, you rotate a little bit, but when you have only one hand on the roller, try really to keep your upper body front and straight, and then lift all the way up above your head. I'm going to tell you halfway through to change the roller, so that we do both sides equally. So keep lifting up and keep lifting up. And then in a little bit, we are going to change. So 3, 2, 1, and change to the other side. Now from the left knee, you lift up to the right. And again, either with one hand or with both. Just make sure you bend your knees. When you go down with the roller, you push your hip back and you have your upper body front and straight. Coming forward, your shoulders are being pulled back into your back, and you forcefully lift the roller up for a few more times, and then take a 15-second rest. So, movement is clear now. Then we go again for it. So again, we are going to change halfway through, and yeah, get ready and then go. So, last break and then last movement, obviously. So we are coming for some boxing. So hold the roller either in one hand, and then either in the right or in the left hand, and then just box to the front and to the left, and really try to kick it to the front very hard and change each time. So go, and 3, 2, 1, and then go and box as fast and hard as you can from the right to the left, lifting always the opposite leg up, and really throw the roller to the front. Make some space for you, and put some energy into the movement, and try to be really fast here, to really also change the roller. Don't let it drop as you change, and imagine there is someone you really don't like, and then go box. You can also box 2 times to the front, go jab, jab, and back. and front and back, or you just change once and want to be quickly. Remember, this one is a cardio exercise, so you really want to go all in. Little bit longer, we have like about 10 more seconds, and then we take our last short 15-second break before we go for our last and final repetitions of this movement or of this exercise, of this whole circuit. So again, the boxing with the roller. So try to be, for the last 45 seconds, as fast as you can, and then go. So, here we are at the end of our roller workout.
Yay!
Spontaneous high five. If you like what we do here on our channel, body weight exercises with minimal to no equipment.
And comment, like and subscribe.
And we will see you next week for a new workout. Bye bye!
Bye bye!